Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody is not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at more reactions on the Atlas trading victory against the SEC and potential implications for MMTLP. We're also going to be looking at a new video on financial terrorism that also features MMTLP. And I'm also going to be sharing with you what seemingly looks like an avalanche of class actions against Nexbridge hydrocarbons and what this could mean, and also having a look at some huge news for ticker symbol CGC, one of the cannabis stocks that we have been featuring on the channel, so stay tuned for that. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Yahoo Finance, US stocks fall but still eye weekly gains. So I think today the markets have been a little bit jittery, and from Market Watch we can see in better news the House has passed a package that prevents the government shutdown. So the $1.2 million treasure measure now heads to the Senate as midnight deadline nears, and we do expect that to go through. So what stock market news are saying from Nvidia point of view is the price target has been raised to 1,100 from $800, and for Google it's also gone up to $175 from a previous 160. So good news for both stocks there. And now shout out to the Nancy Pelosi stock trader, and what she stated here is 2 months ago they shared that Senator Tommy Tuberville sold his entire $500,000 stake in Apple. And surprise, surprise, what happened yesterday? The Department of Justice opened a lawsuit against Apple. So he was certainly very smart there. And finally, from investing.com, we can see here another Congressman, Muser, sold hundreds of thousands worth of Nvidia stock in February, so I'm sure he made a nice tidy profit. So in yesterday's video, one of the things that I covered was the news with regards to the Atlas traders who were exonerated and had the case dismissed that was brought by the SEC. So following on from that previous video, shout out again here to PJ Matlock, who's posted in response to G-Man SB, who stated at the bottom, originally the SEC painted a picture that made it look like there was a big scam going on, the huge daily wins, quick drops in the selling price, and it was an easy picture for the SEC to paint, and it never badmouthed, but had my feel expressed and I was wrong. So he's apologized, and what Matlock has stated, obviously he gets it, he's learned what the media and government can do. He reads headlines that contain no concept, misleading data, and as far as he's concerned, he no longer believes everything that he reads. So I think wise words there. And what Q-Entertainment has stated is, how is it for a corrupt regulatory, they go after the small fish and still fail? So I think there's a reference here to the SEC failing to go after FINRA, failing to potentially go after the hedge funds and broker dealers, failing to go after market makers who are obviously a much bigger fish. They tried to go after the Atlas Trader Group and pathetically failed. Let's now have a look at details of the new video on financial terrorism in the USA, also featuring naked shorting. So shout out here to Meta News, who've posted details of this, and it's featuring a new video called Financial Terrorism in America series trailer. So go ahead and check this trailer out, and the good news is this trailer also features MMTLP, so great news there. And it's also looking at naked short selling and how it contributed to the 2008 global crisis decades later, and it could trigger a potential global catastrophe. So great work there. What I'd now like to do is share with you details of what certainly seems like an avalanche of new class actions against Nexbridge hydrocarbons, and these certainly seem to be very interestingly timed, especially with regard to what's happening right now in terms of Congress. What Mark has posted in terms of these class actions, and he stated, if any of the new class action lawyers get a lead plaintiff, they will file new separate class actions, likely in another or several other federal courts. So they are not looking for a new lead plaintiff to take over the ethnic case. They are just making this clear to the community, and this needs to be understood. So he states it's a big deal, and he's saying out of 65,000 plus MMTLP shareholders, it is likely that they will find lead plaintiffs. So we will have to wait and see. So let's have a look at some of these new companies, or should we say the new lawyers are coming out having these class actions. So the first one here we can see is Bronstein, Gerwitz and Grossman announcing obviously a class action against NextBridge Hydrocarbons for investors who they are saying have had substantial losses with an opportunity to lead the class action. So what they are basically saying in terms of the case, they're talking about the history, they're talking about obviously what happened in the past, and at the bottom paragraph what they're saying is Metamaterials did not sell the legacy Torchlight oil and gas assets, consequently proceeded with spinning off their assets into NextBridge Hydrocarbons. They filed a registration statement followed by several amendments and a final prospectus. So certainly seems to be very vaguely worded, and I can't really see anything of substance there. So let's have a look at some of the other companies. We have similar class action here from Glancy, Prongi and Murray LLP. So that's another one, and another one here is Frank R. Cruz. They are another one that's also jumping on the bandwagon. Then we have Robbins LLP. They are also trying to do their own class action and getting investors on board. Then we have here Holzer and Holzer LLC, and they are saying also they're encouraging investors with significant losses. So certainly basically what it seems to be is the lawyers' fees certainly seem to be piling up. My main concern from a personal point of view with all these class actions is they are against the wrong organization. These class actions should be against hedge funds, they should be against market makers, they should be against broker dealers, but certainly not against NextBridge Hydrocarbons. I finally like to finish off by having a look at ticker symbol CGC, also known as Canopy Growth Corporation. This is a stock that has been featured in the channel fairly recently, and it's also a stock that we've been watching very carefully in our Discord. So congratulations to everybody who's made significant profits in CGC. So if we have a look at the chart for today, we can see right now it's up in excess of 44% at $6.57 at time of editing, and if we have a look at the 5-day chart, we can see it's up in excess of 102% at $6.62. So what's happened today? So some of the news that we shared in our Discord live was here from PR Newswire, and the news with regard to CGC. Here we can see that Canopy Growth celebrates the passage of cannabis legalization in Germany. So this is huge news, and this is news that we shared in the Discord that was contributing to what we are seeing today. And I believe many of the other cannabis stocks are also benefiting. So what are the details of this? So if we go in and dig into this a little bit deeper, we can see that in Germany, as of April the 1st, 2024, cannabis will be officially recognized as a non-narcotic in Germany. So the landmark decision is going to enable the German consumers to consume cannabis legally and without the fear of prosecution. And these changes present a unique opportunity for Canopy Growth to expand its commercial presence in the country through the German-based, well-renowned Storz & Bickel vaporizer brand, as well as the company's medical cannabis product offerings, and also potentially as a top 3 player in the German cannabis industry. So CGC certainly seems to be very, very well placed. So for Canopy Medical, the classification of cannabis as a non-narcotic is expected to prompt more patients to proactively engage with their physicians regarding medical cannabis, and also paving the way to increase access, education and awareness. But more importantly for CGC, huge increase in revenue, huge increase in profits, and potential huge spike in the share price for investors. And finally, the reclassification of cannabis as a non-narcotic is a game changer for patients and physicians who will be empowered to better explore cannabis as a viable treatment option for an expanded range of conditions. So good angle there on the medical benefits of cannabis as well. So if you would like to get breaking news and also due diligence with regard to stocks such as CGC in advance, you can join us in the Discord. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.